Well, hey everyone, Logan here. I'd like to give you guys a little update on, well, I have a hoarding addiction, but I don't think I ever got a chance to do it. I never made a video of the garage here at my house. I think right after the last video I had made before I disappeared was, right after that I actually bought the house that I'm living in. And before that I didn't have access to the garage. It was, I was contract for deeding, and the previous owners lived next door, and they had use of the garage because they didn't have one. So once I bought the house, I took over this garage, and that was right after I stopped uploading. But since then, I think I've cleaned this garage twice, and it's full of crap again. um, Needless to say, I'm a person who can't turn down stuff. um, Now this right here, I have a four-wheeler, and you may have seen this four-wheeler in the background of a lot of my older videos. This was actually my dad's four-wheeler. I bought it from him because we bought this four-wheeler brand new in '05, back when I was 15, 16. And this was, basically any damage you see on it was probably caused by me at some point, because I probably put more time on this four-wheeler than anybody, but the last couple of years, my dad just quit using it, just sat around, and I bought it from him for plowing my driveway because it sucks to do with a snowblower. So I got this and all sorts of other crap. Now, I actually got this little four-wheeler for my kids. This thing, believe it or not, was sitting on the curb in a pile of garbage. Now let's get into that. The reason why I have 90% of this stuff is, I don't know where you're from, but around here our city does they call it a citywide cleanup or whatever. Once a year you can toss all your shit out onto the curb and the city will take it away for free. But then you got people like me and a lot of other people actually around here. We go around and pick up everybody else's shit because we find better shit. So that's where this came from. Runs. The wiring harness was butchered. I think someone must have lost the key and started tearing it apart trying to hotwire it. And they never got it going, and they just pushed it on the curb. Everything was there. I bought I think a $30 wiring harness off of Amazon for it, with a switch and key and everything. Runs. I think I need to get a carb for it. Doesn't want to. Doesn't seem to have much adjustment in the carb, so it kind of doesn't like to run right. It ran good for a while, but then it started running funky. A new carb for it's like, I think, $20. I'll probably get a new carb for it, get that going next summer again for the kids. They got to ride it a little bit this year. That's like a 50 or a 70 cc. Then I got this little 110 over here that one of my neighbors just gave to me. That needs tires, rear swing arm bolts busted, needs a chain, throttle or hand controls are busted off. I'll probably get a new harness and cables and all that shit. Rebuild that one, get that one going too, because a couple of my kids are big enough to ride that one. This one's kind of small for them. This one's good for my younger ones. This one needs a brake too. I got the whole new brake unit, the whole master cylinder, everything, all the way to the back to the caliper for like, I think that was like $20 as well. I got that in the house. I got to put that on there. Got this Miller Legend 200 LE, I think, 5,000 watt generator welder. This unit I got from work. We bought a new one, probably 5-6 years ago, and this one's just been sitting in the back of the shed. I'm going to take it home, and they're like, go for it. So I brought it home. The fuel pump was busted off. One of the fuel lines was missing. I actually did put the new fuel pump lines on it. I got a new battery in it. I got new plugs for it, new air filter. I got a new oil filter too. I haven't changed the oil yet. But I got this running. Um, I got all the fuel drained out of it right now for winter because I don't know when I'm going to work on it again. Actually, I got the filters and everything in here yet. I'll work on it more next summer. Maybe this winter. I plan, hopefully, wanted to heat this place. The doors are insulated, but the rest of the building is not. But I have a Nipco over there in the corner, an old, diesel heater, which is nice. I mean, I run it for 5 minutes and it gets, 50, 60 degrees in here, but I hate the noise and I hate the smell. I'm actually thinking on getting, I want to get one of those, what the hell are they called? They're little Chinese diesel heaters, I guess everybody calls them. They're vented. They hardly use any fuel from what I've seen. They're not very expensive. I kind of just want to get one of those and mount it on the wall or something. Because diesel, I can get that, no problem. And I can just let that run in here when I'm in here. Or hell, if it uses as little fuel as they say, I could just let it run all the time in here. But yeah, I accumulate too much stuff. Shit, I got home speakers, air conditioning units. I pick them up off the curb all the time. I always clean them out and they work just fine. Which is convenient for me because that's what I use in my house. I have 4 units in my house. Plus I got, another, actually I got 3 spares out here. There's one there, one over there. Oh wait, there's one outside on the back of the Avalanche. That's where the third one is. But I always like to have spare air conditioners. I got this little tiny tiller down there that needs a carburetor. I got pump engines and speakers and just crap. More speakers, more small engines, lights, carburetors, just all sorts of random crap. This is what happens when you have a hoarding addiction. Ugh. Chainsaws. Another lawnmower engine and cart. Hell, someone gave me a stack of pine board. I got stacks of sheets of plywood back there. Oh, I got all sorts of random crap. Oh, fucking, pick these up off the curb, fucking the citywide, the Roken box system, whatever they were. I remember these growing up. They're like little remote controlled vehicles that you can build like little tracks and stuff out of them, and they got like little marble balls. You can like pick them up and scoop them, and you can dump them. Everything was here, except some dude came by and stole the control box like right before I picked this up. Which you can get the control boxes. I've seen on eBay. Debating on getting that going for my kids or not, just for the fact that I don't have the space though. Yeah, like I think everything that's in there. Switch kit for the tracks, for the monorail. I mean, there's just all 2 whole totes full of it. Oh, let's see. I got an overhead winch, chain winch hoist with an electric motor. The electric motor's shot, but I got a big overhead, like, couple ton capacity overhead crane, which I want to get into town here for I can use for lifting car bodies and stuff. But that's the winch for that. I got to get a new motor on that. But I have over here a junk air compressor, but I think I can take that motor off of there. This air compressor had a blown, pump is blown up, I think. Pull that motor off, put that on there. I got that air compressor, which is a pile of crap, but I guess that's what I got right now. Just so much stuff. I don't know why I picked up golf clubs. I don't golf. I mean, I would go golfing. I have in the past, and I do enjoy it, but I don't currently go golfing. Just all sorts of stuff. All the cabinets, though, that I picked up, that was a nice, useful thing. But hopefully if I get a heater in here again this winter, I'm going to get this cleaned back up again and reorganized. Because ideally I'd like to have at least a path down the center here, but currently everything's taken that up. Like I had everything organized so there was at least space to get around everything, but I don't have that no more. But I do have this here. Now this is something I'm actually happy about. Sad story involved slightly. My grandfather passed away in the last year or so here, and Grandma wasn't doing so good. She had to go to the home, unfortunately, but family went through, cleaned out the house and everything, and this was the old pop fridge growing up. My grandparents, when they lived out at their farm, this was always down in the basement. This is always where we got the pop when we were kids, when we came over for holidays and meals and stuff. This is a 1937 Frigidaire refrigerator, and it's actually in really good shape. Could use a cleaning, could use some new door gaskets. I plan on getting this fixed. It's not cooling anymore. I'm guessing after they had moved to town, eventually the motor must have took a crap. What little research I could do on them, they seem to have a common problem with the motors that are in these compressor units, is they leak out the electrical connections. So I either need to source maybe an updated, newer style pump or try and find another old style pump that I can seal. I might be able to seal this pump and get the system recharged. I don't know yet. I haven't taken it apart. Not much of a, cooling, system type of person. I don't really have a lot of knowledge with it as far as repairing. So that's kind of the next issue I got to go through with it. But yeah. This goes nice with the unit I have in my house. The house in my basement, I have one. It's built into the under my stairs. From what I can tell from what the research I've done, it's somewhere in the late 20s. Frigidaire fridge, similar to this, but it's the older style. It's the generation before this one. This is a 37. The other one's somewhere in the late 20s, very early 30s. But it's a Frigidaire model G5 from pictures dating I've been able to do from the archives that I've dug up. That one, last time I plugged it in, it did work. I need to put a new plug-in and stuff on it, get new door gaskets, but the one in my house works. This one I got to get going. I want to get in the house as well. I kind of want to repaint it, but I don't at the same time. This is not the original color. My grandpa must have painted it this cream white. That should have been just all white. And the lid fell off when we were transporting it. It blew off. We didn't realize it just pops off. So it blew off and got dinged up. Not a big deal. I definitely know I don't want to keep it out here for any more time. It's only been here for a few months out here. I definitely got to get that inside. But yeah, I don't even want to get into what's up there. Building supplies, and someone gave me a stack of, I think that's 1.5 inch pink foam board, which would be nice. I'd like to use it for something. I just got to get around to it. Like, I don't know if I want to start stuffing it in the walls around here or what. Oh yeah, there's that black box over there. That's the inside of a fireplace insert, one of the electric fireplace inserts that goes in that cabinet. That's way back there in the corner. It needs a couple switches. It works. It just needs a couple switches. Well, that came from my mother-in-law actually, but shop vac. They threw it out because the hose was completely plugged full. I unplugged it. It works just fine. I don't know. It's nice to have stuff, but sometimes I have too much stuff, and I need to really figure out how I can downsize. But like I said, I've cleaned this out twice since I've owned the garage in the last 3-4 years, and it just keeps happening. Did find a nice Sony stereo system on the curb. Works wonderful out here. I've got like 10 of these light tubes, the shop lights that take the fluorescent tubes. I think they're stacked over there in the corner, plus a bunch of bulbs, although I'm converting them to LED like that one up there. Pressure washers. I got 3, 4 pressure washers, I think. I've got generators. I don't know what to do. There's a generator over there. There's a generator down there. Another generator stuffed in a vehicle out at the farm. I don't know. I have the stuff, but I have the stuff. Oh boy. But yes, this four-wheeler, wheelchairs. I have wheelchairs too. Four-wheeler though, like I was saying, got this from my dad for plowing my driveway and that. Didn't run when I got it from him because it had been sitting for a while. I took it to one of those reputable shops to get fixed because this is a 700 V-twin, dual carburetor system. I took the airbox off and then I'm like, I don't want to fuck with that because I don't want to screw it up. Took it into a shop. They charged me $100 for a $50 battery. Got it running. Got it back. Over time, discovered bolts weren't put back in the right places. Hoses weren't even clamped back down, all that. Well, then last week I got it out. What is that dripping? Oh, I think that's coolant from when I was looking at things, but you guys probably can't see it up in there, but it's got dual float bowls, and they're sideways on there. And the front one, when you turn the key on and run it, is just leaking fuel all around that float bowl. I'm guessing they must have smashed the O-ring gasket in there or something, or it was a cheap gasket and it just broke or something. So I'm not taking it to a shop again unless I do. It's going to go to a Kawasaki dealership, but I'm going to probably have to tackle this myself due to funding restraints. So yeah, I'm going to have to tear into this and I'm going to have to pull the carb out because there's no way to try getting at it from down in here, but I can't remove enough stuff to get screwdrivers in there. And even if I can get the thing off, there's no way I can maneuver it back in there without fucking the gasket up. So hopefully it's supposed to be nice for another week or so. So we'll tear into this and get it going because I got to get my plow on. Did put a brand new winch in here because the old one was shot. Where did I put it? A little 2,000? That was a 2,000 pound. I think that was like an $80 winch. Little Champion. They're not bad. Not as heavy as I'd like. I'd like at least a 3,000 or so winch pound, but I don't really go off-roading anymore, so this will do for now for just lifting a plow. But yeah, a little step back into my world again. Let me know down below if any of you have the same problem with all this accumulating too much stuff. But thanks for watching.